before we get into the um, budget for March 15th, let's go over March 1st. And to tell you the truth, I have no idea where I am right now. Literally none, because I've done so much moving money around to pay for the things that I need to pay for that it is pretty much, um, yeah, I have no idea. So this is what we're looking at right now. I did have a little bit of extra money come in from miscellaneous. As you can see, I had my reimbursement for medical expenses come through, and then my mom gave me some money. And you can see that I did put 200 or about 175 into the kids fund because some of that was for their Christmas money from Nana, and then I did use some for the emergency funds, sinking funds, all that kind of stuff. But I did also take some out to be able to pay for the emergency that you'll see here soon. So there's a lot of things going on. I just want to say that I was on target this month with the additional money that came in. But as you can see, these three right here were not counted. $781.21 was more than what I had intended on spending, which was $326. So it was about $400 difference. Not proud of it, but it is what it is. And I don't know what to say, guys. I have no idea. So let's just go into the expense tracker and you will see I had to pay for the garbage disposal, did some work snacks. I did start a transfer to an investment account, which is Acorns. I think that's a nice way to start saving in a different area. I don't have any investment portfolios. I just have my thrift savings plan retirement account. And I always have been wanting to do something with mutual funds or EFTs. Electronically exchange funded something. I can't remember what it stands for, but I've looked them up a bit. So I have a couple of transfers there. My Amazon thing did come out, and I always forget to include that. Eating out, household items. I don't remember what that was for. I did some Walmart. Oh, Walmart. So Walmart was for the kids some summer shirts and a couple fans for their rooms because I keep the AC at a pretty high temperature, so it'll be like 25 or 26 degrees Celsius, which I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, but the electric bill is exorbitant in the summer. So I figured if I could supplement using the AC with some fans to keep some air circulation, that would help me out a little bit. And then I did purchase something for myself, some video, some desktop gaming things. I think I got some packs or whatever. And yeah, so that's what happened. And then this was, if you saw my plan with me, which I may link up at the top if I can remember. I was supposed to go out to dinner, but we ended up going out for lunch, and I paid for my lunch and the lunch for the guy who's leaving. And then this was my cover and some, I don't even know what other miscellaneous crap there was, but this isn't even the half of what I spent. So we'll just call March 1st paycheck a wash, and we are starting fresh with March 15th. And to tell you the truth, my budget there is starting off on a crazy note as well because of what happened so far. So we will say, I'll put in here that I actually did get $4,600. I don't know what my carryover was because I'm still trying to figure out the rest of that that payment. I have no freaking clue. That my rent did come out. It was $11.98 and some change. I know that for sure. The Prius registration. So this is where the emergency came in at. My sister called me or texted me and told me that the Prius, she said, "Hey, can I borrow $2,134?" And I was like, no, you can't borrow that. I got plans for my money. I'm trying to do stuff with it. I'm on debt-free, journey here. I don't have $2,100 to just lend you. And she was like, "Oh, okay. Well, the Prius battery died, and I need to get a new one." And I was like, "Okay, can you get a loan for that?" Like, I'm not trying to put her in debt, but at the same time, she's 31 years old. Like, at some point, you have to start fending for yourself. And if I had the money in my savings account, I don't know if I would have given it to her either. even if I did have that amount of money left set aside for something. I don't know if I would have, but then I said no, and she was like, okay, well, the car can't stay on the lot at the mechanics, so it's gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to, return it back to the dealership where you got it from, aka a voluntary repossession. She was gonna have to turn the car in to go back to Virginia, and I was like, oh hell no. Voluntary repossession will go on my credit report because I own the car. It's in my name, and I will be responsible for the payment of the rest of the 11,000 whatever $100 it is that is required at one time. And when I have to be checked for security clearance or anything like that to do with work, because I do work for the federal government, that is going to show, and I'm going to have to explain the entire situation, and it could affect approval of that process. So I had to scrap my plan to pay the full amount on my Fortiva, which this was planned to, you see it says balance here was zero, or balance with just a dollar amount, because I did plan on paying that off, but I wasn't able to. So I had to take the additional $1,300 because I was going to pay $1,555. Now I'm only paying $228. So I basically had to take that $1,300 and add it to some money from my savings account to pay for the Prius battery. I also did go ahead and get the registration done for 3 years because that was something I was worried about, since I am registered in Virginia with the vehicle, and my sister couldn't figure out how to register it in her name in North Carolina where she was living. So we just kept the registration in Virginia. I know it's kind of weird. It might not even be correct, but for right now, that's just how we have to do it. So I went ahead and paid the registration for the next 3 years so that she would be covered for the entire time that I am gone. And that was another $100 and something. So needless to say, all this money came out of my emergency fund. So it's pretty much wiped clean, and my debt payment for the month. So that is pretty much null and void. You just have to go with it sometimes. But yeah, so that was the big emergency that I split on my 2 credit cards, and now I am paying those credit cards back. I already paid back the American Express, and I have the payment scheduled to the Barclays card to pay off the amount. I think it was $1,500 on the Barclays card, and then the rest of it was on the American Express. So Netflix, let's just get back into the rest of it, right? Because I don't even know what to say about that whole thing. So this is basically putting me back a month or more, because in April, I don't know if I'll still have the same amount of debt snowball because of the moving forward into the warmer months. We're going to start to use the AC, which is going to jump my electric bill astronomically. And so I already knew that my snowball was going to be smaller, but now it's going to be cut in half pretty much. So that really sucks. But the good thing is that I do have a work from home job with Pearson electronic scoring for like these standardized tests, and I will be doing a training for them on March 21st, which is next week, Saturday. So I will get paid for the training, and as long as they don't cancel the test because of the coronavirus and all of that kind of thing, I should make a little bit of extra money for about a month. I think it's about a month that the scoring goes for in April. So fingers crossed, everybody pray for me that this goes through and I'm able to supplement my income just a little bit during the summer. Excuse me. So Netflix is going to be $13. Timeshare maintenance went up a little bit. It's $73.61 right now. Apple Music is $15. Netflix is $12.99. iTunes storage is $9 or $9.99. The kids transfer, I don't know. We'll try to keep that going, but I don't really know if that's going to make it this month. I did turn off the automatic transfer so that I would be able to schedule in how much I can do each paycheck rather than a specific amount. I might need the $30 for something else in the summer months. Sprint is my cell phone, and that gets charged to my American Express, so I will pay them $140 or whatever the Sprint bill tends to be. Trash is going to be $22. That has actually already come out, so I'll just put that down. Amazon Prime, I want to do a sinking fund for this. I've started sinking funds. It's just $300 a month, and I'm just going to use that for whatever I can afford to use it for. My Peloton subscription goes to Amex Gold, and that's $39. My life insurance is $21.50, I think, and that'll go to my normal account. This has already been paid. I just haven't taken the money. The money just hasn't fully come out of my account yet. Capital One will be $75, and that's split between a $35 payment and a $40 payment. Funny story about Capital One. They kept telling me I had a payment due, and I'm like, no, I don't. It's on auto pay. I pay you every month, same day of the month, no issues. What was happening is that my payment went up to 36 or something. So it was applying the $35, but I still had that $1 overage, so left over. So I had to make a $2 payment to Capital One to get current, air quotations. But now I think it is back down to 35. I need to check that just to make sure that I'm paying the right amount. I think I'm going to put this one on take it off of auto pay so that I am able to see each month what is due, and then just pay it on the 15th, because it actually comes out on the 21st and one comes out on the 25th, and I like everything to come out on the first day I get paid, so then that way all my bills are covered and I can just use the rest of the money for whatever I need it for, whatever my categories are. Amazon will be $50, Amex Gold. I'm not paying anything because I did make a payment in March. I did make a payment in early March when I got my additional money. Thank goodness I did that, because if I hadn't and I had spent that money for some other reason, then I wouldn't have been able to afford the emergency that came up. So there's no payment due on that one. If I have any money left over, it's going to go to Fortiva and not to Amex Gold. Affirm is my Peloton loan. That is $69.40, and it's a zero interest loan. Aqua 1 and 2 are $153 and $300 respectively, or actually conversely. Wyndham is going to be $208 and some change. I think it's $207.90. My Star Card payment went down, so it used to be $110 or somewhere along those lines. Now it's $90. Fortiva is normally $228.58, and I'm so heartbroken, guys. Like, literally, I was so pissed off at my sister for putting me in that situation where I wasn't able to make any progress on that one. For food, $300. We have one extra week in March, so I'm hoping that this will last us. I think it will, because this week I only spent $70 on groceries, so that leaves me $230, which I can split between the two and do $115, and hopefully if we can be really good with our food and stretching it, making enough sides and stuff like that, then that should be fine. Gas is $30. I already spent $15 today to fill up, so I have $15 left. Miscellaneous, I have $20, and fun money and eating out, I have $0. However, that is subject to change, I guess. So right now I'm looking at negative $11 based on what I have inside of here and there. That should be covered with this negative amount right here. So I basically had $50 left over from the rent and the GI Bill pay. So that is the March 15th budget. I do have some expenses that I need to track, and I do need to do some figuring out of what is going on with my current paycheck. And my rent and mortgage still hasn't come out from March 1st, because I do that. I think it pays on the 11th, which means that it takes a couple days to go through to hit my account. So I'm still waiting for that to come out before I can know for sure where I'm at totally for the end of the March 1st budget. But I will go through that and figure that out soon. But anyway, that's all I have for now. I might go ahead and show you a little bit of my reconciliation, but maybe not. It's going to be messy and disgusting, so you guys probably don't want to see that. Anyway, I'm going to stop the recording right here. I will see you guys in the next video. I have several more to film today, so I am just knocking them out as I can, as quickly as possible. I will see you guys in the next video. Hope you have a good week. Bye now.